Okay, welcome to the start of week 5. We are officially over halfway done with the semester. The summer moves incredibly fast as you've seen. So it's really important that you're staying on top of everything. For the next week and a half, you will have a group project that you'll be working on. This is the start of the signature assignment. The signature assignment is broken out into 3 different parts. This first part is research, a research project, and then the second part you'll continue working with that same group to write a group paper, and then finally, for the last part of the project, it's an individual reflection paper. So I will go through I'll go through both of the different folders in this video, since you will be working on the same major assignment the entire time. So for this week, you need to read chapter 11 and take the quiz. You will also need to complete the unit exam 2 if you have not done so already. That is due on Thursday, July 7th. And then really what you'll be working on outside of quizzes over the next week and a half is this signature project. So I have the instructions, or really the overview of what it is right here in this Unit 5A folder. So as always, when you're reviewing the information, go through the folder. So we're going to be talking about sustainable development goals, which you got a introduction to at the beginning of the semester when you started looking at what those goals are and what you think is most important. So we're going to examine all of the different goals, but really where it stood before the pandemic started. So we are really tying together COVID because it is something we have lived through and are still currently living through, and we want to take a deeper dive into how that impacts us globally and these different goals that the World Health Organization has set up. So there will be specific questions that you'll have to answer, and I will go over all of those. So this first part is really what you're going to be starting on, the group research and wiki build. So you're going to create an in-depth research wiki page for the 1.5 weeks for your assigned sustainable development goal. You're only going to outline one, but it should be very in-depth. And the grade is based both on the quality of the work and your contribution to the team. If you've never used a wiki before, the beautiful part about it is it lets me see singular words that people add. So I see how much someone and percentages of who is contributing what to each of these. So that is part of the grade that you will be receiving, is to make sure that you are, having that participation and contribution. So, excuse me. We'll go through. This is where you'll find the case study, and then this is where you're going to see your group. So I'll show you your group first. So this will be open. So you'll see as we have a smaller class for the summer session. So the group that you are a member of, it will be showing here in the group page with only your number. So if you've been assigned to group number 2, it will just show SDG number 2. So that's the one you're going to be responsible for. And so you'll want to remember that, because then when you go down to the case study, so you will see here is the actual assignment. So it's quite long. You'll want to read through it. I will allow people to toss out members. Again, this moves very quickly. So today is Sunday, July 3rd. I would recommend, Monday or Tuesday, you should have a clear picture of who is participating and contributing and what they're responsible for in this research project. And if not, let me know if someone is not responding to communication. I will make an attempt, but if they are not participating and a group does want to throw out a member, that is something that I am allowing because group projects rely on other people. So what you'll need to do is open the file. So I've provided it here. It's this World Health Organization Sustainable Development Goals in the time of COVID. So you're going to want to open this file, read your section, and then read the section pertaining to your group's assigned social sustainable development goal, and read the full report on that item. Don't just go off the first graphic page. So get in touch with your group via the groups page. I've allowed emailing through that through this group page here. So if you click on your group, it'll show you the members and allow you to contact them through email. I have already created a wiki post. So if you click on here, you will see there is a 1, 2, 3, and 4 wiki already created. So all you have to do is find yours. So if you are responsible for good health and well-being, you will click on this and you will see that I have already pre-filled it in with the questions. And so there are 6 questions for each. Each group has between 3 and 4 members. So, some of these may or may not be something that people can team up with or split evenly, but it is going to be something that you will have to identify who is responsible for what. Excuse me. What you'll want to do is I would recommend identifying on this wiki page who is going to be responsible for what, and you can edit this. So what you would do is click edit content, and then when you are going to make changes, it's very, very simple. You could say Lauren is responsible for this one and Lauren is responsible for this one, and then you can hit submit. Then that will update the page and it has identified that those are my 2 assigned ones that I'm choosing. The other thing that you can do is, through email, have that conversation, but this does allow me to see who has been assigned what. So if some parts of equality are not as well written or well developed, it does allow me to see who is responsible for that. So I would recommend having a lot of your communication through this wiki page, at least in relation to the actual content itself. So every single member has access to the wiki pages. Please only edit your own. If I see that another group member has edited someone else's wiki page and either deleted something or added something, it may be a failing grade, it may be removal from the course. This is significant enough that you need to make sure you are working on your page only. The other really important factor that I really want to point out, because this is missed so often, is if I'm asking you to think of multiple things. So question D, explore factors that you think are causing these changes. Think about personal, cultural, corporate, and governmental behaviors. Make sure you are addressing each one. That is something that people miss points on, and it is clearly defined here what I'm asking you to look at and what factors I want you to include. The other one is what changes we are seeing and how those may affect people in 1, 5, 10, and 25 years. Each of those need to be specifically broken out. Don't just include, between now and 25 years from now, these are the changes that we think may be happening. That's not good enough, and that is not going to get full credit on that question. You need to break each one of those years out. Okay, so the main points for week 5B is to continue working on the Sustainable Development Goal research. You will also read chapter 12 and take the quiz. You'll also see that I note here there's not a formal source number requirement because it depends on each question, but I would expect to see, really at least 5 quality sources for each question. And you're going to be spending about 6 hours each week on finding, reading, and reporting on your research in your wiki page. This is a major, major part of your grade overall in this class. And so there should be a lot of quality work spent on it. And so that is something that I will be grading and reviewing for, is the quality of the research, quality of the developed arguments and analysis. So be really, really cognizant of, your work here. So you will have this, full week to work on it and half of next week. And if you have any questions about, content, or if somebody's not participating, let me know early so that way we can address it, and, make attempts to remedy that situation. And if not, the expectation is the entire project does get completed. So if a group member is kicked out, the remaining members would be responsible for that work. So let me know if you have any questions about this. But essentially, you're going to be working on in this case study folder for this project. So go through, review this instruction section. Like I said, it is quite long. I do have suggestions or recommendations for everyone. And then really you're just going to be contacting your group members and making sure you're getting everything completed. So big thing, this is the article that you're going to be working on. So I don't really want to see any emails about where are we getting this information, or how do we know what we're looking at. So the article is right above your wiki page assignment in this case study folder. Okay, well, I hope everyone has a really great week. It's so hard to believe that it's July. We have 4 weeks left, and I'm really looking to see what you guys are going to come up with for your research. Have a great week.